Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm reviewing the Eufy Robovac G30 Verge vacuum. I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about it. I got this vacuum from Walmart for $125. As you can see, it was on clearance. I think I might have got really lucky with the price. This is how it came in the box, wrapped up all nicely. It came with the vacuum, the charging station, a charging cord, 2 side brushes, an extra filter, a cleaning brush, some zip ties, a boundary strip, and some sticky stuff for the boundary strip. So to set this up, you just download an app and you connect the vacuum to your Wi-Fi so that you can control the vacuum from the app, which I think is really cool. You can control the suction, you can make it go back to its charging station, you can start and stop the cleaning sessions, you can also schedule a cleaning station for later, you can make it do a spot clean from the app. It's just a lot you can do with the app, and I think it's really cool. You can also click a button and see a map of the area that the vacuum has been cleaning. That is my kitchen and my hallway. So that was pretty neat to see. You can also see if it's fully charged and how much battery life it has left. So this is what the vacuum sounds like when running. I have to say that it's actually very quiet. Me and my daughter were watching a movie when it was vacuuming in the same room as us, and I didn't have to turn the movie up, and we could still hear the movie. This is where the vacuum is vacuuming my hallway, and it's actually very satisfying to see. It's going back and forth, and it really just seems to be getting every spot in here. And the mapping in it really does work pretty well. Sometimes it bumps into things a lot and you will see it re-vacuum the same spot over and over again. That is going to happen because the sensors are feeling where the walls are and where stuff that it's going to hit is at. So sometimes it takes it a minute to figure out the shape of the room. So naturally you're going to see it go over some places over and over again. It actually missed a spot in my kitchen, and later it came back to do that spot that it missed, which I didn't expect it was going to do, but it did. So that was kind of nice about it. This is it just running over some dirt that you see on the floor and just picking it up and going on to the rug seamlessly. It did that really well. So in this next part, the vacuum gets stuck, so you're going to hear what it does here.
Error 6, device trapped. Place device near the position where the problem occurred.
Once the vacuum was stuck, I then moved it, and I started the cleaning session again to see if it would repeat the same problem again. And sure enough, it went right back over there and it got stuck again.
Error 6, device trapped.
There is a steep drop off right there, so I needed to solve this problem with the boundary strip. So I cut it to size, and you guys, our house is like 100 years old, so there's a lot of stuff we haven't finished doing. We're constantly working on this house, sort of renovating it. So, you know, places like this, where this room was basically added on, there's a pretty steep drop off. So that's why the vacuum is getting stuck there. So until we do something there that puts the room in a better position, and I'm not sure that we actually are going to do anything there, I have to do something to keep the vacuum from going over there and getting stuck. So now we're just going to stick this down on the floor and see if this boundary strip actually even does anything, and if it will keep the vacuum from going over there and getting stuck again. So luckily, as soon as the vacuum sensed the strip there, the boundary strip, it went right the other way. It definitely knew not to go over there anymore, and I didn't have a single problem with it ever again. However, I will say that the boundary strip is kind of ugly, so if you have a rug, I guess it'd be better to cover it with. But I don't know, I'm not exactly sure how it senses it. I think it's just basically a magnet and that's how it senses it. But, you know, like I said, it's ugly, so it's not necessarily a great thing to look at all the time. So once it had really cleaned most of the kitchen, I noticed that it started to go around the room, and I realized that it was mapping the whole circumference of the room because it wanted to make sure it didn't miss a doorway or an opening somewhere where it needed to vacuum further. So that's what it was doing there. And it really did go around the whole hallway and the whole kitchen. And then once it realized it was done, it then it states, it announces cleaning is done, and it will go back to its charging station all by itself, which is actually a setting that you have to put in place. As you can see there, it was pushing the charger around the charging dock, so I might actually have to stick that down to the ground.
Finished cleaning. Heading home.
And so there it goes, returning to its docking station, which is actually really cool.
Charging.
And as you can see, it actually did a pretty good job. There was a few pieces of dirt it missed, but other than that, the vacuum really did do a good job picking generally most of the dirt up. It did miss that right there, and it missed a small piece of dirt under the table, and it looked like there were a few hairs it missed. Okay, so after I did that, this is me pulling out the dirt cup to see what the damage is and how much dirt it picked up off just my kitchen floor and my hallway. As you can see, it's super disgusting. Right here, I am starting the vacuum in my laundry room. My laundry room is super gross all the time because it's right where our stairs are, where we come in from outside. So it's always covered in stuff. On top of that, it has my cat litter. So my cat is constantly making a huge mess out there. So I thought I would give it a try and see how it did. I didn't actually expect it to go over this bath rug, but it did vacuum it a little bit, so I was a bit surprised at that because that bath rug is really, really thick. So there was a few problems in this room. It didn't get all the dirt, but I think it may have been because I haven't vacuumed underneath the furniture in a long time. Also, the vacuum did get stuck. It got lost trying to find its charging port and got stuck under there. It just decided to stop under there, and it gave me this notification saying failed to return to starting point, return stopped, so I had to actually physically go get it. So now we're going to talk about the fun stuff, the maintenance. So one of the things that you have to keep up with is the brush roller. The hair really does get in it, it's intense, guys. It's really hard to pull out. So, but it is a really, really good brush, and it did do a great job picking up all the hair that was on my floor. Like I said, there was a few pieces it missed, but for the most part, it did better than I expected. So when I saw the brush roller, I really wasn't that surprised that it was covered in a bunch of hair. So this is me attempting to get that hair out. There is a little tool that it provides this one right here, and it actually has like a little knife in it, in that little edge, and if you get the hair in it, then it will actually cut the hair so that it is much easier to take off. Also, right here in the wheel where the hair gets really tight and it's really difficult to take off there, there is a little groove that's made so that you can stick that little wedge in there, and it helps you to get underneath the hair so that you can grab it and cut it. I found that to be really, really useful when I was cleaning the brush. Now once the brush is clean, all you have to do is reinstall it. It really doesn't take you long to clean the brush as long as you keep up with it. I think it is important to do that because it's going to be really hard for the motor to continue turning the brush if it's, has a bunch of hair on it. So I think, like I said, just really, really important to clean that brush out to make sure the vacuum keeps running smoothly. So now I'm going to clean out the little side brush. You really need to make sure to clean this out because it's a very helpful little brush. It really gets the dirt out of the corners of the room and dirt that's against the wall and helps the vacuum suck that up too. So like I said, just really important that you get all that out as well. And then you're just going to reinstall it right back in the vacuum. Make sure it clicks on there. So now that I've done that, I'm going to clean out my dirt cup and my filter. And all you have to do is rinse the filter out for 1 minute and rinse the dirt cup out with cold water, and then set it in your dish drain or wherever you want to, and it needs 24 hours to dry, the filter does. And it also contains an extra filter, so you don't actually have to wait 24 hours, you can just pop that other filter in. Okay, so I'm going to use this time to touch on a few points about my vacuum, and one of them is the battery life. The battery life is great for me. My downstairs is under 1,000 square feet, and that's really all that I need to use the vacuum for. It can complete that in one charge. I also don't have tons of furniture in the middle of my rooms, so it doesn't have to spend tons of times going around those furniture. So I think that if you have tons of furniture everywhere or your home's really cluttery, it might use more batteries, spending more time trying to figure out where it can go and going around the furniture. So that's important to consider. From an empty battery, I do know that it takes around 3 to 4 hours to charge, so that's a pretty long time. Another thing I want to point out is I didn't expect it to be able to go over certain pieces of furniture like this chair here, but it did surprisingly, and it also does go over the legs on my coffee table, which is pretty intense, and that did surprise me about it. Overall, I'm pretty impressed by this vacuum, and it does hit all of my expectations. I just wanted it to be a little assistant. If someone is coming over, I can quickly get my vacuum out and I can have it run over the floor while I'm, getting dressed or putting makeup on or whatever I need to do, and it can save me a great deal of time. For $125, I feel really satisfied with what I got. And for that price point, I feel like it hits every expectation I had, and I was very happy with what I got for that amount of money. I also love that it gets under my furniture, guys, because I never vacuum there. So thank you guys for watching my video, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.